Good morning. We'd like to welcome everyone to our Mesa City Council study session for the morning of Thursday, August 25th. All of our council are present, but Mr. Freeman is hiding on Zoom. So welcome, Mr. Freeman. Are you with us?
I am. Did you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you. First item on our agenda is to review the agenda we have for our Monday, August 29th meeting. So council, please refer to that document. I know
Let me call you right back.
Mr. Freeman, do you want to just go ahead and talk to us about 7B?
I do. Thank you, Mayor. I've been working with staff and SRP and the developers. So I would like to remove 7B from the agenda, and then we'll cover it in about 30 days.
All right, thank you.
They've agreed. Everybody's agreed to that.
Great. So yeah, I know you've been talking to the applicant and with city staff, and so I think everyone's on board that 7B will just be removed from the agenda. Okay.
Yeah, we'll circle back in the near future and get it on the agenda.
All right. Thank you for your hard work on that.
Thanks.
Council, other questions regarding Monday's agenda? Mr. Brady, is there anything on there that staff would like us to?
Yes, Mayor. We have a few items. First of all, we'd like to invite representatives from the police department to come forward. We have item, I'm sorry, I think my paper copy may be off from what the council has. So it's the purchase of 5C, sorry. This is an item that we identified to be funded through the American Rescue Plan Act. So I think this is important elements. So we're deciding who's going to talk. We'll invite the police department just to kind of give a briefing on this.
Good morning, council members, mayor, how are you?
Good.
I'm Christina Van Gordon. I'm the detention administrator over the holding facility. I'm requesting the purchase of a body scanner to be able to scan inmates when they get booked into the holding facility. I'd like to be able to find more drugs on people, especially fentanyl. That's a huge increase that we're finding on people when they're coming through. And then I'm hoping to reduce the amount of people that are overdosing inside the holding facility.
How does this help the employees as far as the searches they have to do? Can you share something like with that? Will it make it easier for them?
It's going to make it easier to find some of the small concealable items. It's not going to find everything. It's just another layer to be able to help us reduce those people that are overdosing inside the facility.
The council knows we've had some recent cases where that's been a tragedy. So anyway, I just want to bring this to your attention to show that this is one way that we're also using the ARPA dollars to help with our public safety purposes. So.
Thank you. I think initially when this was on the calendar, I think I asked a dumb question saying that this looks like an expensive thermometer, and people explained to me that this is far from that, and how useful this machinery is, and so I am 100% on board. I totally understand the responsibility we have when we have people in custody, and so I'm very supportive of this.
Great. Thank you. And Mayor, another item we'd like get a quick briefing on, I believe on the council agenda. Which one do you want to present now?
We have the, I think it's 6C
C.
for the IGA with
Yeah, see, it's changed. I
partnership.
think it's going to be B.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry, 6B. Good morning. I'm J.R. Gomez, a lieutenant with the police department. Good morning, Mayor and council. We are looking to enter an agreement with ASU. They're looking to provide two graduate level analysts that will work and partner with our current crime analysts that we have working for the city. The scope of their work is based off of three separate objectives. The first objective is to enhance our analytical capacity. With the two analysts working 32 hours a week, we're hoping to build an analytical infrastructure into our citywide analysis. By conducting research that's data-driven, you could help with our development of further policies and policing measures that we initiate or initiatives that we have in the street. We're also hoping with the analytical capacity that with the three areas that we're looking to focus on are tactical, strategic, and administrative. by analyzing our repeat incidents and patterns that occur across the city, and then also be able to provide that analytical data, summaries to our executive staff, so we can better roll out our officers for different enforcement initiatives and things that we have going on with the city in terms of crime. The second objective is diagnosing our crimes and capacity by scanning our crime-related problems in Mesa to help lead our analysts focus on 3 separate characteristics: identifying who our people are that are involved in our high crime trend areas, the victims, the suspects, third parties, what type of incidents are occurring, the setting, the social context or events, and then what were our past responses, both internal with our officers, but then outside, external, looking at the analytical products that the prosecutor or the court's information might help develop these brief analytical reports that could then be shared amongst our managers and executive staff. The goal is, intervention and education, better problem solving for our officers, and get them directed to, our resources out on the street, instead of each individual district working on their own independently. We will have an overview of the entire city and identify trends that are not just occurring in one specific district. And the last is the technical assistance and training, and it obviously is a big component of this partnership with the 2 crime analysts. These reports will provide inputs so that we could at least have a minimum of 2 crime analyst training for our managers and executive staff, and then also create opportunities for monthly peer-to-peer training with our current crime analysts and get them better educated in learning least crime trends and so forth.
I think this is another good example of why it's good to have a crime lab and why our police department is overperforms, because we have invested, and the more partnerships we have, the better. So sounds like a good plan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mayor, we have one more. And Sharon, why don't you come forward first, just kind of share what Prop 202, this was item 6A, Mayor, sorry. And then once you kind of give that overview, then Cindy, you can come forward with your folks and present something significant that's being funded through these funds. Go ahead, Sharon.
Good morning, Mayor, Council. My name is Sharon Skinner, and I am the Grants Coordinator for City of Mesa. And as part of that role, I manage the Indian Gaming, or Prop 202, 12% revenues. And my work in this role is to ensure that the applications go through, that they're processed properly, and that any intergovernmental agreements go through and are presented here at Council. We have an intergovernmental agreement going forward with approval for awards being accepted from the Gila River Indian community that you'll see on your agenda. And this year, the Gila River Indian community has generously awarded $535,000 from its 2022 12% revenue cycle to agencies in and around Mesa and serving Mesa residents. Of that, there's a lovely amount for the Arizona Museum of Natural History Foundation for their program that Cindy's going to come up and talk to you about.
Thanks, Sharon. A lovely amount.
Lovely amount.
Thank you, Sharon. And while Sharon's up here, let me just point out, Sharon is really leverages for the city, does a wonderful, she's kind of quiet, she sits in the back row there, but she helps facilitate hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to the city in a variety of ways, certainly the gaming dollars, but she's a great assistance to departments as they're applying for grants. She's there to assist them and facilitate them. So she's a great resource for the city.
And a good author.
And a good author too. This is just her side job. Yeah. That's her real, passion. All right, Cindy, come on forward with your folks. Thanks, Sharon.
Good morning. Good morning, Mayor Giles, City Manager Brady, and council members.
We're so happy to be here this morning, and I'd be remiss if I didn't start by saying a big thank you to Sharon Skinner for all the help she gives to us and all the other departments in achieving greater contributed revenue. It makes a huge difference for the programs that we offer to the citizens. So I'm very happy to say that we are so grateful to the Gila River Indian community for a grant of $300,000 payable over the next 2 years for a very exciting project that my colleagues are going to tell you about. We are, the overview is that we will be renovating the former Southwest Cultures Gallery to more accurately and engagingly tell the story of the culture, the history, the stories of the Sonoran Desert First Peoples. And we're excited to share that with you. I'm just up here to do an introduction, and then I'm gonna go sit down. I have with me two fantastic colleagues that I know quite a few of you have had a chance to meet, but it's particularly exciting because this is the first council meeting for our very brand new director of the Arizona Museum of Natural History, Simon Tiffany Adlam. And also with me this morning is Dr. Emily Early, who is our curator of anthropology. And so I'm really happy they're having a chance to present to you. Because Simon just joined the city a week ago.
About that, yeah.
A week and a half ago. I will say that we're thrilled to have him join. He has a very wonderful career in museum management and design for over 2 decades, and almost a decade of that was spent with the Los Angeles Museum of Natural History as the design, what was your title?
Director of Exhibitions and Creative Director.
Yeah, so really amazing skills and experience coming to Mesa for our museum. And I'm going to turn it over to Simon and Emily.
Thank you, Cindy. Good morning. Mayor Giles and Council, we're so pleased to be here today to share with you this morning that the Natural History Museum can issue a formal notification of commencement of our Southwest Galleries. As shown in the slide, the blue area is the location of 3,300 square foot of gallery that will be renovated. These galleries are our oldest and most outdated in the museum and did not align with our mission and values and with being a world-class natural history museum. In rethinking these galleries, was based on years of authentic consultation with Dr. Early and the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community and the Gila River Indian community. What's important here is this trust-based relationship has garnished over $300,000 from our tribal partners and over $75,000 from our Museum Foundation, proving their commitment to this endeavor.
The groundwork of tribal consultation began 4.5 years ago with collections conversations with Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community and Gila River Indian Community's Tribal Historic Preservation Offices, which are part of their Cultural Resources Department. Those conversations about collections led to further conversations about collections pieces that are on display in the museum and how we're presenting the Hohokam material culture to the public. Those conversations were then expanded to the 4 Southern Tribes Working Group meeting in order to bring in 2 more of the descendant tribes. At that point, it was determined that we would have Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community's TIPO's office as our main point of contact for this consultation. The consultation process has built a trust-based relationship with our tribal partners that has provided a lot of support, including in fundraising. We've received support from small donor campaigns, private foundations, ACM&H Foundation, Association of Tribal Archives, Libraries, and Museums, National Science Foundation, Salt River Project, Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community, and Gila River Indian Community.
Mayor Giles, Council, and City Manager Brady, this is a really exciting and transformative time for our museum and the City of Mesa. We'll be moving forward with the best practices in museum capital project management As we move forward, we'll work directly with the City Manager's office to find the appropriate ways to update you as we progress forward. Thank you so much for your time. It was great to be here.
Any questions? Go ahead.
Mr. Luna.
Welcome, Simon. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Tell me about the actual physical museum. Are you going to be updating the south portion of it, or describe what you're going to be doing?
Sure. Councilman Luna, Mayor Giles and Council, this will be the first large project that we have started on, and Dr. Emily has been working on this for a number of years now and is the most prepared and built it on a trust-based consultative relationship. So we will be starting with this project first. At that point, it'll be a moment where the museum is trying new things. There'll be a process sort of moving us forward and upskilling staff. And so we're going to use that moment to see how we can manage and deliver a world-class anthropology gallery.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Emily, tell me about your vision. Where are we going to be? We will be able to walk into a museum and see some kind of exhibit. How do you see this happen?
Yes, Councilmember Luna and the rest of Council and Mayor Giles. This is largely based on objectives that were developed with the 4 Southern tribes, and our big push is to demonstrate that there is a cultural continuum, so that these ancestral groups, the peoples, didn't simply die out. That can be a bit confusing in a natural history setting when you walk through spaces that show extinct animals. We want to make sure that all of our visitors understand that there are descendant groups still in this area. To that end, some of the funds that we've raised so far are earmarked towards hiring indigenous artists who are local. And we've already got an artistic coordinator that we will be working with from SRPMIC.
So in terms of the physical space of the museum, are you going to be updating thinking the southeastern part?
Go back to that slide, maybe that'll help.
Sure.
Or is that the north part where there's
Second.
the gallery?
It's this portion, number 8. So where you have seen the pit houses in the past, it's that gallery space.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the visitors will experience what it was like when our Native people were in the area, and you'll be including both the Gila and is that what you're planning to do then?
Yeah, Councilman Luna, Mayor Council. Yes, the big difference from this project compared to other museum projects that are happening right now is based that it is driven by the narratives of our consultation with our tribal partners in an authentic way. The key thing to sort of recognize here is this is based on building great relationships with our tribal partners over many years by the City of Mesa, and continuing to build a legacy relationship with these partners for many generations to come. So it's a very important project for us. It's an important project that we need to get correct.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, congratulations, you've given authenticity to what was here in the past and bringing our tribal people to contribute towards the museum. So congratulations to you. And congratulations to Sharon to getting the grant. Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just wrote it, right? Thank you, Dr. Emily.
Thank you, Council. Other questions on this item? All right, well, welcome. That is a lovely amount of money. So, and a great partnership. Good to be partnering with our Native American neighbors. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Mayor Giles. Thank you, Council and City Manager Brady.
Mr. Brady, anything else from
I think those were the ones we wanted to highlight today, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Council, any other questions on Monday's agenda? All right, the next item on our agenda for this meeting, item 2, is to take action on appointments to various boards. Is there a motion to that effect?
First, I would, on the Planning and Zoning Board, I had an issue. There was a gentleman that lives in District 6 that had applied probably about 1.5 years ago and had met with Planning and Zoning Director, Manapea. And I would really like to see him added to the board, only because he's applied like 1.5 years ago and he's patiently been waiting in line. I think he is very well qualified to assume the position. I'd really like to see him placed in that position.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm familiar with the situation, and I agree with you. We look forward to adding particularly more D6 representation to planning and zoning, and so when there's another opportunity, we certainly will give that great consideration. Genesee Montez, as you know, the person we are appointing is from D6, and I think everybody on this council could bear testimony of her merits. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, and we will be mindful of that individual going forward. Council, is there a motion to approve? Thank you. Ms. Pillsbury, and a second by Mr. Luna. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. That passes unanimously. Item 3 is to acknowledge receipt of minutes. Is there a motion to that effect? Thank you, Ms. Pillsbury and Ms. Duff. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Are there any opposed to that? Mr. Freeman, are you still with us? It seems like he might have dropped off, so I just, for the record, probably need to note that we apparently lost him on those last 2 votes. Next item is current events and conferences attended. I know we just met on Monday, but I know you've also been very busy. Council, anything you'd like to share with us? Mr. Luna.
Sorry, Mayor, I left my mic on. But I'm going to defer to Councilmember Araya. He can talk about our busy week. Because I'm always talking. Let him talk. So if that's okay, Councilmember Araya.
Mr. Ritter, you've been volunteered to talk about.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you, David. It's early. But I know we, Councilmember Luna and I hosted a roundtable with some Sonora mayors earlier this week. About 13 mayors came to the Valley, including the city of Mesa, where we talked about all things Mesa and how we can work on partnerships moving forward with the region. Mayor Giles was there as well. Really great conversation with them. And then yesterday we also hosted Latino kind of leaders in Mesa, meeting with Vice Mayor Duff and us talking about various different Latino initiatives and City of Mesa initiatives, and kind of working with community on those upcoming items that we'll potentially hear in the next couple weeks here. So really great conversations, I think, to put Mesa on the map and move forward on a variety of issues and themes. So did I miss anything there? What else?
You did a good job of covering it. Thank you. But we do have to thank city staff for doing a great job. Holly was there.
Yeah.
So, on us back there somewhere. So thank you, Antonia and Lucy, for a great job yesterday. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Marisa, anyway.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody's. Yep. Thank you for a great job.
Yeah, I could tell there was a lot of goodwill created
Yeah.
by hosting these 15 mayors from Sonora.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Thank you.
And last night I attended a reception for the mayors. We had a real good time. We brought a lot of treats from Mexico and
Very good.
had a good time.
Very good. Looking forward to post-pandemic opportunities to maybe visit some of those cities.
Yeah.
Vice Mayor.
Yes, on, I think it was Tuesday, some of us, Councilmember Luna, Councilmember Freeman, and I attended the Arizona Forward Luncheon, and the subject was how climate is affecting Arizona. So it was really good conversations, not only about water, of course, that is huge in our forestry, and how we, and you know, what's been going on and where we expect to be. So I think it was a great conversation with a group of, our sustainability department was there. They're awesome. Have to mention them. And we had a strong showing from Mesa about our concerns about climate change. And I'm glad that this is a larger conversation with our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Other items on the calendar? I think it was just a day or two, a couple of days ago, we dedicated the new air traffic control tower at Gateway Airport. This is literally a big deal, but it's also, it's been, I think this is something that has been probably our top federal priority since I became mayor 8 years ago. We've had a lot of work with our congressional delegation, dating back to Senator McCain and others, to help we literally had to change the federal law to allow us to do this. So it was an act of Congress that allowed us to use our federal funds to build this tower. Very heavy lift, a lot of people involved. So I just want to make sure that people understand that that was not a small achievement to see that tower go up. So congratulations and thank you to everyone involved. I thought it was particularly nice that we could name that tower after Senator McCain. He played a direct role in that, in getting that tower approved, and it's just a very rewarding experience to see that happen. So again, thank you to everyone involved in that. If there's nothing else, Mr. Brady, what does our schedule of future meetings look like?
Thank you, Mayor. We will have our next council meeting on Monday, August 29th. We have, just a reminder, we did cancel the Thursday, September 1st study session because of the Arizona League and Cities Conference. So the next study session, Thursday study session will be Thursday, September 8th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes the items on our agenda. If there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? Thank you, Mr. Luna, seconded by Mr. Thompson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned.